Well, hello. As we're sitting here at LTV on this beautiful afternoon of Monday, August 14th, 2023, here with the Hello Hello Show. And my name is Haim Mizrahi, continuing with the tradition of public access and the tradition of the Hello Hello Show that's been on the air since 1980. Of course, not to fail to mention the contribution by Fraser Dougherty, Francis Ann, of course, the likes of you out there that make it your business to enhance and fortify the concept of public access, as it already has the mechanism that does that exactly, and by doing that, ensuring the longevity of the of the concept that even though it's at our disposal, it needs so much maintenance. But that maintenance is not the usual maintenance that you would be accustomed to. It's more like goodwill, camaraderie, friendship, interacting, and just like my friend here, Esly Escobar, is going to come and sit here with us. That's magic in itself, and of course it speaks that piece where these encounters serve already as a measure, and in that sense already as a I would say a very pleasant rebuttal, where you can find yourself asking the questions and giving the answers in the same token. And by having that kind of a stage, it's just like a springy surface that expedites the process for you, and maybe eliminate at least half of the difficulty, and by doing so also eliminating the obstacles and allowing for you to choose without any guilt some shortcuts, which sometimes we can really use and we can really take to our advantage. And so I am in, and I can really go in length and in depth as to what I mean by saying that. But Esly Escobar is here with us. What are you doing here?
Hi, Haim. How are you?
How did
So
you?
it just so happens we,
Yeah,
we
I'm
bumped.
gonna put the I'm gonna
Yeah.
put that mic. So yes,
Thank
exactly. That's perfect.
Hi, Haim.
So tell me, what are you doing here? Where did you come from?
What are you doing here?
Where'd you come from? Well,
Yeah.
it's funny that we should go through this encounter
Uh-huh.
while I'm you always talking about the fact that it's something out of nothing.
Yes.
What does it really mean, something out of nothing? It's not like we're giving something and then we elaborate on it and then it becomes something.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We're giving exactly nothing and we're working with exactly nothing and we're ending up with almost kind of everything, mentally, philosophically, I don't know, realistically, religiously, spiritually, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, I do.
As complicated as it is, it's actually very simple, lucky for us.
Very lucky. Yes, we're fortunate.
So since you were here with us,
Uh-huh.
before you went abroad and work with the kids and see your family and all this, tell us a little bit about it. I already tasted the example of 5 to 6 paintings you sent me by the kids, but I can only imagine. Share with us.
Yes. Okay, so I went down to Guatemala. I continued giving my classes, my art classes, at Colegio La Finca. And this time I decided.
That's Guatemala, correct?
Correct, yes. Yes, and so I did the whole process, and this time I wanted to continue and add another school. So we figured that out, and we did it. It was, again, um, so the class that I've been teaching there, I've been doing it for 3 years now. And so the kids, they're getting more mature. Their creativity is growing.
And of course, there's
Yes,
continuity.
exactly. So the new kids is very different. And especially when you go to these towns. I was talking to the principal, and a lot of things come out. A lot of things that they're going through come out through these drawings or paintings. And but it was a beautiful experience, and this time I brought some paintings back.
Yeah.
What I did was trade with the kids that wanted to trade with me, and I gave them an extra bag of goodies,
Yes.
for their paintings.
Yeah,
Yes.
like supplies. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what does it really mean, for example, in Guatemala, for someone to want to be an artist? I mean, let's just say, if you was to compare it to the United States, even though it's very extreme, but how easy or difficult is it for someone to say, I'm going to be an artist, I want to be an artist, and therefore I'm going to be an artist? What does it mean to succeed in Guatemala, to express yourself vis-a-vis art? How common is it?
Well, I think, every country has its, artists that, that glow, that, but I think it's just as difficult as it is here. Being an artist, period, is just difficult, and so I guess it all comes to time. Time will tell how good your work is.
Yeah.
And you just have to be, keep at it, be persistent. It's the only way.
So does art wins everything in Guatemala also? Like it's like supposed to be all over the world. I mean, if you make art, like, is it really that statement is so effective that people step back and kind of give you the little respect here? You know what I mean? Like, for example, here, I'm sure you experienced it, having your show, having the opening, people coming, they look at your painting, they look at you. Suddenly there's that healthy distance,
Yes, yes.
because they knew you worked, they knew what it meant, they knew they cannot do it. They cannot do it, they respect it. So tell me about that vis-a-vis the Guatemalan eye, so to speak.
Well, since I'm pretty new going back to Guatemala, so I really don't know the ways, to be honest. I go over there and I do what I can. The culture is very different. So, like personally, since I grew up here, my mentality is different than the mentality down there. So, every time I go, I learn.
That makes it really interesting, by the way, no?
Yes, yes. It's a different lifestyle.
So how old were you when you arrived here?
10 years old.
Oh, so
1994.
amazing.
Yes, yes. And so the way that I learn here is the best way that I could handle it.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I just go by what I learn every day, and I just approach it that way. Every day I meet someone new. Every day I learn something new.
Yeah, yeah.
Every day I get, different little, gifts from people,
So when you go to Guatemala, you land as an American, and then after a couple of days, you start blending and blending and blending.
No.
And then suddenly you wake up one morning, you feel like you've always been there,
Yeah, no, but it doesn't work that way. Once you land there, something, the way you look or the way you, the way you move, they know you're not from there. Yes.
Wait, you land in Guatemala.
Yes.
Okay, of course, you come from New York and all this. It should be natural for you after at least a week to kind of just feel like, okay, this is me. This is me. Do you have your family there, by the way?
Well, not my immediate family. Everybody's here. My parents are here.
Yeah.
My brothers are here, and we live in West Hampton.
Yes.
My brother has a cafe in Riverhead. My other brother, he lives in Eastport. He's doing well, and my younger brother lives with us.
Four brothers, huh?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, my parents did a beautiful job.
I love it. Of course, I see you, and I know that they absolutely did.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But so it's like when I'm with you and the likes of you, I feel like we're in the front. Like in the front. Double meaning. Once is in the front as opposed to in the back.
Yes.
And the other meaning in the front, that means in the battlefield.
Yes.
Like where the war is.
Yes.
Even if we don't participate in the war, it's right there. We make one step, we're in the war zone.
Yes.
We can hear it, we can smell it, we can feel it, but we're not there, but we're there, like. So for me, it means like if we're needed, will just hop over the fence and start contributing, fighting the fight, whatever, you know.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
And then we realized that we needed less and less because we spend so much time creating art that art suddenly serves as a collateral, like as something that they can speak for us, for who we are. We don't really need to interact and blend too much. Art is preceding us, and then when we come, art already told the part of our story.
Correct.
So I feel like that, you know, and
yes.
I just wonder. I always had this images of helicopters, huge huge helicopters flying into the heart of the battlefield and paratrooping drum sets and saxophones and guitars, and then another load of helicopters that paratrooping instructors, musical instructors, and music starts to erupt from the center of the war zone, you know, and then there's some kind of unimaginary transition, you know, really almost like whimsical, twisted, you know, psychedelic, like a toy-like LSD reality, you know, that it gives you the high, but it doesn't threaten you. It's pleasant high, even though it's strong.
Yes.
So and then back in the offices, they figure out, okay, we spent about $10 million, and we sent enough stuff for 50,000 people to engage in musical activity. And that $50 million or $10 million, it's 20% of the cost of producing one tank. So that means, you know, once someone made the calculation that if, you know, they have all these stealth fighters and some of them they cost $1 billion to create. So, and they always come up, okay, we decided to create 60 of them. So my friend used to say, what if they decide to create 58 of them, and take that money, which is $3 billion, that's $3,000 million, and choose 250,000 people to go through college.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
It's like an unheard of transfer of money, you know. Money from the army that will be transferred not within the army. Money of the higher education system that is not transferred within its own system. It transferred to another. And, you know what I mean? 2 stealth fighters, if you were to say we can do without, can send 250,000 people to college. So he was always like talking to me about it, and I said, my God, I wonder what makes him think that way. I mean, I think about these things, but I never come out with, if you don't do that, then this money can go here. But the concept is real. Most people don't go to college is those who cannot afford to go to college, really. Not those who don't want to or cannot. So if you even randomly pick up 250,000 people and say, okay, you're granted, you got your way for your title, fully paid.
Correct.
For. But also this idea of creating music in the battlefield heightened the probability to make the armies feel pathetic, you know. And I don't even know why I'm talking about it.
No, keep going. I'm listening.
But you know what I mean? It's like, it's like it just shows you to what extent this whole thing is ridiculous. Because everybody says it's ridiculous before the war and after the war. But when the war takes place, it's like you can't contemplate, because if you contemplate, someone will shoot you dead and say, I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, I like to, it all comes down to economics. And I guess war is good for money. It makes a lot of money for certain people, So, of course, they wanted to continue. There are tanks being made, there are airplanes being made, there are weapons being made, and somebody is making money from all of this. That's the way I put it. and is good for their business, I guess. Because that's how they see it as a business. They have conventions for weapons. I don't know if you've seen it. Big weapons.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
it's-
can live with that. I can live
Yeah.
with people want to use guns and whatever, and yeah, okay. And then sometimes someone freaks out and kills some people. That can happen even without guns. Someone
Yeah.
loses his cool and that's it. So
Yeah, yeah,
you allow this equation now and then because it's just a matter of life.
yeah.
But I think the more you deprive people from using or having the option and the freedom to use guns, then you're more susceptible to stored anger that has no outlets, and it will come out somehow.
Oh, no,
And then people pick up a knife and kill, and it's just
Yeah.
gruesome and bloody and whatnot.
Yeah.
Just so we need to take that at face value. But the point is, I'm not even thinking about them making money or not. I'm just
Yeah.
thinking about what an appealing psyche to think that you start a battlefield and then in the distance you hear music, good music, and it's live music. It's not live music, bands right there.
Wow. Wow.
What are you gonna do? Shoot the drummer?
No, not the drummer.
What are you gonna
not
do?
the drummer.
What are you gonna send a missile to kill the singer? What exactly are you gonna do?
Yeah. No, but not the drummer.
Not the drummer. The drummer is the most important, no? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He keeps the beat,
it keeps the beat. And but if they shoot the drummer, the musicians will go with their feet and they
Yeah,
keep the
yeah, true.
the
Yeah.
count. But what I mean, sometimes we need to cheat, in order to make a crossover or leaping over or something like that when we really need it. Not when its time has arrived. Is that you get the chance and then suddenly you realize you don't have enough money, or you get your opening, suddenly you realize you don't have all the ingredients together. You have everything, but they're not together. So you want to be able to just have some magic that works with you sometimes. You say, okay, now I need you, please make it happen. It's just a little thing, but if I don't have it, I cannot continue.
Correct.
And then I have to wait another years or something, something like that. So in those terms, I say, I always, when my son asks me, even my 4-year-old says, Papa, why did you drive this way? The friggin' baby knows where he is.
Yeah.
It's I'm wait a second.
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking about the question. Said, how can you talk to me like you've been living on planet Earth for 50 years?
Yeah.
You're 4 years old. Okay, so now I answer him. I says, because this is another way to go home.
Yeah.
But I knew that this is not enough to answer him, so I said, because it's a shortcut. So you understand?
Yeah.
He will be, when he, in 20, 30 years, how much he's going to think about the fact that I taught him about shortcuts
Yeah.
without feeling bad about
Yeah.
choosing shortcuts?
Yes. Yeah.
Like feeling like you're bailing out or something?
Yeah.
So now I tell him, shortcut. He didn't get to the level where he asks me, why is shortcut so important? were you in a hurry to? Why are you rushing? Yeah. He didn't. He's not there yet.
Sometimes you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's not there yet. But it's just wonderful to think, okay, I told him that, and I realized that this was the only way that I can tell myself that too, by telling it to someone else. And it happened to be my 4-year-old.
That's beautiful.
And powerful and effective. It's
Yes.
unbelievable.
Yes. So were you saying you use that to explain to him that you can do shortcuts in life?
Yes, that it's okay to
It's
choose
okay.
the
Yes.
shortcut,
Yes.
especially if your agenda is clear
Of course.
and it's meaningful,
Yes.
and it's a part of your journey. And who says that the journey has to be so long?
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, the journey is from beginning to end, which is your life. But within that special journey that gets you from point A to point B doesn't have to last a lifetime.
I see.
Because there are many journeys waiting for you to pick up and start,
Mm-hmm.
and having maybe multiple journeys also.
Yeah.
So, but it's funny. I can really communicate with my kids in a certain way that is sophisticated, but in the same token, I'm not telling them anything. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm not talking to them about the philosophy of life or anything like that, or I'm not. And it's easy for me because they see me paint all the time.
Uh-huh.
And they're sometimes just amazed, like any other crowd that would come and see your paintings and say, "This is beautiful. This is beautiful, nice." But this, so you kids
Yeah.
talk to you as if they just went to a gallery and saw this painting, and so they watch their behavior and they watch their mouth before they say something, because they know that daddy or not daddy, they're talking to the real deal person here,
Of course.
without even teaching them anything, without opening my mouth.
They know.
Yeah, that's just imagine society would be in relationship to its inhabitants, uh, with this level of curiosity and goodwill and unconditional love, in innocence, and all of these goodies and beautiful things, but still have power also. You don't lose your power because you're delicate and sensitive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, I do.
And art helps you to do that, because you'll find that art will serve you by allowing you to create so many things that otherwise you couldn't express any other way, definitely not verbally.
Of course.
And I'm sure you know a lot about that.
Yeah. Some. I find it as freedom. Just freedom, and for me, it just works so well. That it's like I stop time when I'm working. It feels like I stop the time when I'm working, and it just feels beautiful. Like you catching butterflies, you catching a moment in life, and it feels so good, after the time that you spent creating this thing that it didn't exist, a few days ago or a week ago, and now it's hanging on the wall and you're appreciating it, it's a beautiful feeling. It's a beautiful feeling. Whether you're creating paintings, whether, you're making music, it's the same when you go, when you're creating a song. You go through the process of creating the melody of the song, the lyrics of the song, the pre-production, and then it goes through a process of recording the song. Then after the recording, you go into mixing the song, and then mastering the song. So it's a beautiful process, and you just have to learn how to appreciate the whole journey of whatever it is that you're making artistically. Me personally, I love painting. I love making music. I was just in the studio with some friends. They have a hip hop group, DJ Pause and Dasha Prince, and they go by Fresh Vets. And I was just, helping with whatever I can, whether they need my opinion or not. I like to be there, creating. I always feel, staying busy. And once I go to the music and then I come back to the painting, it works beautifully.
Yeah, cross
It
implementation.
opens up my mind, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
Of course. And also, you remind me of, when, early on, lucky for me, I was told not to feel too precious, because because when you try too hard, it makes you sometimes look at the other that doesn't do enough, supposedly, and belittle the other because you do so much, so to
Correct.
speak. And it doesn't have to be this way, but we're human beings, and usually that's ending up to be. So you're doing great things, but then you're looking at your fellow artist or whatever and belittling him. How come he doesn't wake up so early? How come she doesn't work so hard? How come they don't have a solo exhibition every 3 months? How come, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it was King Solomon, the wisest of all men ever, said, don't be too precious because you're bound to fail. So, and if you are going to be that one that is actually not going to fail, then good luck to you, you know.
Yes, definitely.
That's okay if you want to take the chances, but if you realize it's not working, you have to bail out fast because you're causing damage. The longer you linger there, you know. That's it. You tried, you failed, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Turn around, go and try again later, if at all. So,
Yeah.
but in the same token, I think it was, it's almost like with these shows, early in my shows, I used to have more interviews, like let's just say, out of 10, I would have 7 interviews and 3 monologues.
Okay.
Now I have 5 and 5, you know, maybe even 4 interviews, 6 monologues
Okay.
out of every 10. But sometimes I would have like an interviewee, and she or he will kind of look at me in a way that didn't make me feel happy. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
yeah.
you're going to interview me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's see how successful you're going to be. Like in their head, I hear their head
Yeah.
aloud.
Yeah.
So I start in a what's the word I'm looking for? In a very considerate fashion.
Okay.
Okay, I ask the question, whatever, and then I see the attitude coming. So I always, since the beginning, knew how to stop things really early on. So let's just say we start the interview, I see this potentially it's not going to happen, and I wanted to succeed. So I know how to turn it around instantly.
Wow.
So
That's
what
incredible.
I do, I usually start asking questions that the other person cannot answer them because he cannot understand the question. I have question designed that you would hear a question, but you wouldn't know what was asked, so you cannot answer. So then I will say, okay, let me rephrase.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I give something even more confusing that you just cannot answer. And then you realize, okay, I'm live here with this guy, and he's asking questions, and I'm looking like a like a dumb, like a lost soul.
No, you just turn the tables around.
Then I realize, okay, then I go back to the regular mode and ask a question. So what do you think about what art has to offer to us in the climate of free society and welcoming concepts that help you, execute and help you find your way? That was the good question that they could relate to.
You know what my answer would be?
What?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Correct.
Yeah,
but then they realize, okay, this is not going to be a guaranteed victory to me
Of
if I
course.
behave like this. So we choose the channel, and then victory would be like, oh, we just spent 55 minutes on the air, and they're like, wow, all this. And then they watch it, they like it, and then they become followers and friends.
Yes.
But the same thing with the drumming, I'm a jazz drummer and all this, but I don't play on a regular basis, so I can play. But if I go, let's say, and sit in a jam session and someone says, let's play giant steps, I can play giant steps, but I'm not like, So I know enough. I say, hey guys, let's take it kind of medium plus, whatever. And then I realize that they're ignoring me. So then I immediately play freestyle.
Okay.
Immediately. And with musicians, you do that and they don't know where the one is, they're doomed.
Yeah.
So they try to mess with me. I play freestyle. I look at them. I'm still playing. They reduce the speed. I go to swing. You know what I mean? And then if they start ignoring me, then I go to freestyle. Then simple as that, for real. Simple as that. And because I know where I am, I know how to play that piece. Maybe not as fast as you would like to, but I know about freestyle while you know nothing about it.
Yes.
At least I know enough about giant steps that I can play with you. But you cannot play with me if I decide to challenge you. Like you're challenging me now. Why? You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with art the same, for example, I wish I could see more like crazy production coming from people like you that are capable.
And you will, because we had that conversation.
Yeah, we have.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
I forgot about that because I have another one that I'm building up for us.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? When people have the goods and they can offer the community something that is precious.
Of course, yes.
So we deserve it.
We do.
We deserve your potential creations.
Yes.
We need it.
Yes. And I'm on it. I'm working on it. I'm painting. And yes, we said, 7 weeks? Yeah, so in 7 weeks, I have a collection of work.
Good.
Yeah, sometimes the thing is that sometimes I feel like I gotta go live a little, do other things, and then come back, with all the inspiration that I gather through that and put it on my paintings.
But who should say it should stand in your way anyway to begin with?
No, I know.
You need to explain to yourself, why do you think that is causing that, if it only does? That's a legitimate question you should ask yourself.
Yes.
Because you might ask it 2-3 times and realize, man, nothing stands in my way here.
No, and you're right. You're correct.
Yeah.
The only thing that was standing on my way right now is because we moved some furniture, and it was in my studio, and I had to move it. But it's out of the way now, and I'm back to my normal station. Yeah, so
yeah,
it's good stuff.
That's good. That's good news. Yeah, definitely.
Great news. Yes.
But I always tell my 14-year-old, I told her, you know what, the best way to prevent bullyism and that nobody will dare ever get near you, mess with you, and if they want to mess with you, they will have to be super intelligent and educated and well behaved, and they will fear you. There's only one way to do it. You start now to create art. Listen, I have a serious conversation. Should be with any parent. I have more to offer, of course, as an artist. I don't say, here, you see what I do, you can do it. No. So, but you tell her, you were 14 years old. Okay, so let's just say in the next year you paint. What you paint, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You paint a lot. Paper, canvas. You paint and you give me the paintings for the only reason that you want it out of the way. Not because Papa needs to have your paintings. You give it to me. Paper, this, large, small. You finish, just give it to me. Give it to me. I'll put everything aside. After 1 year, and nobody in the world will tell me that I'm crazy. We go back to the pile and we'll choose 3% of it.
Yes.
3% of it can fill Ashwa Hall.
Correct, yes.
Now, she did her work. She's only 15, and she has enough of 15 shows there because she just did every day, not thinking, developing an attitude. This is a technique. And the attitude became the technique itself.
Yes.
So just imagine, she's doing that. She have space anywhere. She sends invitations just like that to some friends, some this, some that in the paper. 20 people came or 200 people came. It doesn't matter. People came, laid their eyes on your work.
Yes.
And then you don't stop until you're 18. Listen to this. Until you're 18. If you continue with this attitude, if you were to be supposedly, which is impossible, the dumbest, emptiest, potentially artist existing on planet Earth, you will create things that are impeccable. Even when you're considered as a nobody and nothing, no potential, no future, no wasting your time.
Yes.
So by the age 18, you would have a dozen solo exhibitions. What is a solo exhibitions? What are these big words that people scared me? This, show my paintings, where, how is it possible? You you continue with this, and if you have a person like me, and she's my child, and I say, second year, now I want you to be a little more focused. Just, what does it mean? This, and that. Goodbye. You do it, you give it to me. Even if it's wet, don't worry, give it to me, I'll handle it. I'm taking it out of your hands so you don't have to look around and see what you did. You don't see nothing except the thing that you're creating that moment. And then the third year, you know how strong she would become? People around her in her school will say, don't get near her. Don't you dare. Did you see the yard show that she had last weekend? That 16-year-old?
Yeah.
That mind-blowing. Unbelievable. Where is that coming from? And then the third year, and she's 11th grade and she's 17. Already 3 shows behind her on top of the 4 shows that she already did. And she's getting better and better and better. And when she's the 4th year, the year that she's going to finish supposedly high school, she will become so finely crafted. Do you understand?
I do.
She would paint with acrylic, and she would,
You're
now I can
100%
give her
right.
canvases.
Yeah.
Take this canvas. This is gold.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I bought it. It's mine. Now it's yours. Here are the brushes. Here's the things. I wouldn't even say here are the brushes. Here's the things. It's all there.
It's all there, yeah.
So now you release her to the world. And who says that she's not going to apply for college? Who says that she's not going to go to college? Who says that she's not going to do all the things that she wants to do while she's actually an artist becoming better and better every friggin' day?
Yes.
Just imagine.
Yes.
Just imagine. I started when I was 38. And I felt like there's an animal that wants to eat me alive chasing me. I didn't know what's going on. I just knew that I have to go forward fast.
Yes, yeah.
And so I wish it was as easy as I describe it, okay? Why? Because you have to have a child that has the heart.
Of course.
So, do you know what I mean? So it's like
No, I understand it, and I see it. I see it everywhere I go. Your work is there.
Yeah. But I mean, don't you, when I say the heart, I mean also the heart of society.
Yeah.
Towards, forget about art.
Yeah.
It's the heart. It's this, whether society is willing to work for you. To say, you know what? You do your thing, but we'll give you the environment where you can do it, where you can succeed. Meaning, if we want to tell you that you want to be free and it will mean many things, we will make sure we give you freedom. Let us worry about it. Just imagine.
That would be
the city, the
incredible,
town,
yeah.
the village, the state, the country.
Yeah, what do you need?
You want? Yeah, don't worry. We will.
And I mean, like me personally, it's not like you need much.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like me taking those paintings from her, so she doesn't have to step on them, because it will become garbage at some point because they just don't know what to do with themselves.
Yeah.
So the officials will tell you, we got you covered.
Got you covered, yeah. Definitely.
So everywhere you go will be art, and it should be this way. And then and nobody will find a reason to criticize in an insufficient, insensitive way. There will be plenty of ego, but not narcissistic ego, so to speak. The ego won't be considered narcissism. So, but that's kind of a description of a perfect world, more or less. No?
It sounds beautiful, you know? It sounds beautiful.
It sounds very doable.
You know, yeah, you know. It's a beautiful dream.
It's like you switch to end on. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
So take that to the canvas. Okay, you did that. Let's just say you never played the drums, whatever. You did this, blah blah blah. Nobody is there to check on you to say,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
you did good. You're alone there. You're doing. You're screaming. You're painting. You're
yeah.
playing. But if you take that 30 seconds and there's a canvas with brushes ready, and you kind of force yourself to copy it.
Yes.
Wouldn't
yes.
that be exquisite if you? I wouldn't even say succeed. If you can get yourself to do it, not thinking, okay, I know exactly that you will go immediately to the brushes and the paint, and you stand, and something's going to happen. You don't know, but as soon as you have contact, that's it.
That's it.
You're in.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. You grant yourself the option to do it.
Correct. Yes.
And with these things, you do it once, twice, 3 times. That's it. You become strong.
It makes you a strong person, strong mentality, everything. It shows. You can feel it. You know, the energy is different. Yes, I believe so, and I believe 100%. I believe that you're 100% right with doing work every day, something. And you know what I was doing today before I came to LTV? I was actually practicing with my friend Kai. He's a DJ, and he's DJing at the Talk House on the 22nd. And guess what? I'm going to open for him.
Good.
So I'm going to DJ before him.
Good.
So,
Fantastic.
yeah.
I'll make
So
a
you're
point.
invited.
Oh, my God. That's a Wednesday or something, no?
Yeah. Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday night.
Wonderful.
Yeah. See?
Very nice. See, we promoted it. Tuesday, the 21st of August. It's at the Talk House.
22nd.
22nd.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so you, what is it, like 7, 8 o'clock opening?
I believe so, yes.
Yes. Nice. Good for you. Very wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Thank you. I'm happy.
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
I love, like I said, I love playing music.
Yeah.
I love painting. I love just doing things. Oh, another thing on the channel. Also, I'm creating digital artworks, and they're displaying it on the channel now. And so they're like 30-second pieces, 20-second pieces of art moving. You know, it's pretty cool. And that I've been doing almost every day. I have like, I don't know.
You
30
use
of
your
those.
artwork to do, or just
Yeah, no, I use my artwork.
Yeah.
Everything is
Yeah,
my
that's
artwork.
good,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can I
That's-
show you now?
yeah,
you
of
want to
course,
see?
of
Yeah,
course,
let
of
me,
course.
let me show you so you have an
of
an
course, I'm
idea.
curious.
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty much my art. The physical art, but this is digital and it's moving.
And it's moving,
Yes,
yeah. Let me just mention that we're sitting with Esly Escobar on Monday afternoon, August 14th here, 2023, here with the Hello Hello Show. And we're having a wonderful, lovely chat with Esly, and he's a painter and a musician and a wonderful person, so we're enjoying that.
Thank you. Haim.
Also, maybe I should mention that we have the ongoing group art show here titled Revere, and the participating artists are Dennis Lawrence, Chris LeCoeur, Steve Rum, Aurelio Torres, John Pomanovsky, Eric Ernst, and your humble service, myself, including Michael McDowell, the great Michael McDowell. So that's going to be on display until the August 28th, I think. Yes, 28th. And then Dan Weldon will be showing here for the month of September, and then we're coming back in October, and I think Esly Escobar is going to be a part of it also. So, yeah, what do we got there?
Press play.
You know what I need to do? I need to do this. 1 second, yeah. Where? So these are the many probabilities, huh?
Yeah.
Look what I have to mix with this. 1 second. I'll show you. No, we don't want that. We want this. Yeah. Where are you? I'm gonna do this. Oh yeah, okay. So this will be hello. Unbelievable. Oh yeah. So this one is I don't know if it's this one. Let's see.
Hmm. Music?
Okay. Okay, can you Okay, now start that. Start what you showed me.
Yes, yes. 1 second.
Okay, so
Yes. No, definitely.
it doesn't matter anyway you cut it.
So, yeah,
And it's when you go to Keith Jarrett, and you can use his music. It's not like especially when he does like.
So I added just like regular music to it, like this one, for example.
This is nice. This is existing paintings that you play with, or you creating it actually digitally?
Digitally created.
Nice.
Yes, I wanted to replicate my work, my physical work, digitally.
Into yes.
Yes, yes, and so
Yes.
that's what came out.
And this is what program are you using here? Just the basic.
I'm just using Procreate.
I like how it's.
But I do, at the same time, I learned some tricks.
I love it. Yeah.
You see how it shines and it goes.
Yeah,
from
yeah,
one
yeah,
to
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
other one?
It's.
Well, that's actually me, like animating it while I'm doing the painting.
You know what my suggestion to you is?
Mm-hmm.
That when you do that, have a live canvas next to you, a small one. Just take 10 seconds here and there.
Yes, yes.
By the end of this session, you have a painting, that's for sure.
Yes, definitely.
And you kind of ordering yourself to do it. Like, hey, listen, I don't care what you do, you finish it. Once this is kind of, I'm done with this session, I'm done with the session.
Yes. So I have like 25 of those pieces that are fully done.
That's pretty impressive. No, I love it. I love also the colors and all this, and I would imagine if you can paint it.
I was thinking about it. Haim, I have to run.
Yeah, okay, I know you have
Yes.
to go.
Yeah.
So we go. No. Because I just
saw
noticed.
the time too.
Hey, listen, I really appreciate it. So
Yes.
we're going to be Esly Escobar is here with us. So we thank him, and I'm going to conclude once he's done. But hey,
Haim,
man,
thank you so much.
Hey, you're the man. I really appreciate it. Good luck with everything.
And once you come out, this is for you.
Okay.
All right. I'll give it to you outside.
Oh, okay. You got it. Sounds great. Okay, so where are we? Yes, we're here, and there was actually a really nice interaction with Esly Escobar, and we are got in the remaining 10 minutes that we have. I just want to share this with you. Just so many things when the phone has to offer to us. Forget about it so much. It's unbelievable. So, let's see. Oh yes, I have to share with you. Oh yes. Oh man. Of the vacant womb. Really, is it here? Man. Okay, so what I should do is go to almost it's amazing how uh, mm, I don't know. I wish I could remember the name, and I'm like Conception. It's actually Conception Vessel. I love it. It's like out of this world. Yeah. Oh yes, this is it. So that's while I'm looking for it. And actually, I can read this poem while I'm listening to this Conception Vessel. Fantastic. Conception Vessel. Wow. Amazing. Fantastic. Fantastic. I played this piece actually myself so many times. Actually, I should read this. Gertrude Stein. Oh boy, Gertrude Stein. Love her. Okay, this is I was not thinking of Russia or the Holocaust or eugenics when I picked the donor from an online catalog like I was ordering a new pair of shoes. I don't mean to sound blasé. It was more complicated than that. But by the time spring came and the third failed IVF, I didn't care about SAT scores or eye color. I wanted any embryo that latched to my uterine wall and grew. The German philosophy major, the filmmaker from California, even the one whose favorite food was pork. What did veneer mean? What did genes matter? I already knew. I'd name my second child for dead relatives from the old country, the ones who made it out before the camps. Before the camps. My uterus washed with grief. Empty kiddush cup after the Seder. That was the only time I really prayed that day when I placed outside waiting for a call from my doctor with good news. Eggs and sperm married in a petri dish, an offering from Midwestern girl with ovarian abundance and kind eyes who knew to look away. This is what I call major artist, major's poem. Anyway, we're going to be here tomorrow, as much as we were here yesterday and as much as we're here this afternoon, Monday, August 14th, year 2023, here with the Hello Hello Show, and my name is Haim Mizrahi. And thank you to my guest, Esly Escobar, that spent with us about 40 minutes. And keep up the good spirits. We're going to be here tomorrow with actually with Carl Dahl and what's his name? Paul. Anyway, I'm going to have actually 3 interviews tomorrow that I'm going to make. So keep up the good spirits, and we'll see you sooner than later. Thank you for watching.